Welcome back, students. So today we will be starting with the problems. So as you all know, there is an accounting in with two types of amalgamation. We need to do sums on two types here. So first is the amalgamation in the nature of merger, and second, amalgamation in the nature of purchase. So today we will be solving the problem on amalgamation in the nature of merger. So in the nature of mergers means we will be using pooling of interest method. So before that, let's see what are all the conditions that need to be satisfied for the purpose of doing the problem. So as you all before starting with the question and answer, this type of problem, solving the problems, I want all of you to please go see the previous videos regarding the conditions, and also first thing, that is introduction. So if you know that that is 30% of the problem is already solved. So please do go watch the videos and journal entries, and that is better if you see that and start with the problems. If you are not done that, if you are done already, good. So let's see what are all the conditions for amalgamation in the nature of merger. So as you all see here, first thing is all the assets and liabilities of the transferor company after amalgamation becomes the assets and liabilities of the transferee company. The first point is all the assets and liabilities should be transferred to transferee company, that is purchasing company, after amalgamation. Even if one of the assets is not transferred, that will be in the nature of purchase. Next is shareholders not holding less than 90% of the face value of the equity share of the transferor company become the equity shareholders of transferee company. So here this method, here in this point states that all the shareholders who is having 90% of the face value of the shares will and definitely become the shareholders of, should become the shareholders of transferee company. So next, consideration and discharge of transferee company by issue of equity shares in a transferee company except that of cash may be paid in the respect of any fractional shares. So this point states discharge of PC, that is payment of value for purchasing a company or merging with a company. We need to pay some value for the owners of the company, that is known as purchase consideration. So here must and should the equity shareholders discharges of PC should be done in a form of equity shares. If this point is not satisfied, then that will not be considering that amalgamation in nature of merger. It will be considered as amalgamation in the nature of purchase. Next, here you can see fractional value, even some of the fractional shares, so that cannot be converted into shares, some value which cannot be converted into shares, that can be paid in the form of shares. So next is the business will be carried by transferee company immediately after amalgamation. So in the question, if that states, so even if it states or not, it is considered that business will be carried on by the purchasing company or a merged company. So if the question clearly states the business is not carried on like that, means if it is in some kind of industry, if it is in rubber industry, the other industry must also continue with the same thing. If it changes the industry, if it closes the industry after purchase or merger, then it is not in the nature of merger. So these are some of the 4 points that need to be satisfied for the purpose of solving the problem in the nature of amalgamation in the nature of merger. So let's start with the problem. So here is the question, first question. So you can see amalgamation in the nature of merger, and also in the question itself they have mentioned amalgamation in the nature of merger. So I'll be saying how to distinguish. So even if it is not given, how to see that if it is in the nature of merger or not. So coming out to the question, X Limited is observed by Y Limited. So X Limited is transferor company, Y Limited is transferee company or purchasing company. You can take it as a purchasing company or transferee company. This is vendor company or transferor company. So next, given below are the balance sheet of two company as on 31st March 2018. So they are given the balance sheet of X and Y Limited. Accordingly, they are given authorized share capital and paid up capital. So when both the things are given, you will be always considering the paid up capital itself. So what is there? Equity shares 9,000, equity shares of rupees 135 each, 12,15,000, 40,000 equity shares of 75 each, 30 lakh. So you have general reserve, profit and loss account, sundry creditors, and also sundry assets. At the asset side we have sundry assets and cash in hand. So this is about the balance sheet, and let's go on with the adjustments that has been given. So here is the adjustments. The holders of every 3 shares in X Limited was to receive 5 shares in Y Limited. So here one of the condition is satisfied to see that it is in the nature of merger. So that is here you can see this is the discharge of PC they are given, right? So how to pay the payment, the holders of every 3 shares in the Y Limited was receive 5 shares in the Y Limited. So here that is third condition is satisfied, that is discharge of PC should be made in the form of equity share itself. So that condition is satisfied, and also there is nothing regarding assets not taken over and all. So if they are not mentioned in the adjustments regarding assets not taken over or liabilities not taken over, so that is assumed that all the assets has been taken over. So there are two condition has been already satisfied, and the last condition was regarding that is the continuation of the business. So here they don't mention anything regarding the continuation of business, so it is assumed they are continuing the business. So in the amalgamation in the nature of merger, 2, that is all the condition has been satisfied. So we need to see if it is for calculating the purchase consideration, is it in the nature of purchase or is it in the nature of assets, net asset method or net asset method or net payment method. So here in the adjustments they are not given anything regarding assets market value or something like that. So it is assumed, and it is also given the discharge of PC, they are already given the discharge of PC. So we will be taking this as net payment method. So for calculating how to calculate net payment method, so we will be seeing what is the purchase consideration. So they are given only one equity share. So even in the question we don't have anything regarding preference shares, we will be taking only equity shares. What they are given, the holders of every 3 shares in X Limited is transferor company, was to receive 5 shares. For every 3 shares 5 shares they are giving. So what is the number of shares in X Limited? Number of shares in X Limited is 9,000. So what is the value for 9,000? So we will be doing cross multiplication, 9,000 shares multiplied by 5 divided by 3. So they are giving 15,000 shares. So who is giving 15,000 shares? Y Limited, that is transferee company, that is purchasing company is giving the 15,000 shares. So how to calculate that into values, that is amount, that is the number of shares. So what is the, we can not take 135. So it number of, that is each value of X Limited is 135, but the person who is giving the shares is Y Limited. The face value of Y Limited is rupees 75 each. So why, therefore 15,000 into 75, 11,25,000 is the purchase consideration. So there is no need of discharge of PC, they are given already discharge of PC, we calculated the purchase consideration. So for this the 2 steps has been completely done. So while next what we need to calculate, so according to this step, that is steps, okay, yes. First 2 is satisfied. Next is closing the books of transferor company. We need to close the books of accounts of the transferor company. So all the balance sheet items of X Limited need to be removed, need to be eliminated. So we need to give off everything. So whatever the assets will be having debit balance, will be crediting that. So liabilities will be having credit balance, will be debiting that. And also in the previous video I have been explained about the journal entries and why is the journal entry passed and how is that passed. So hope you have been seeing that video. So let's start with closing journal entries. So now the transferor company's journal entries need to be closed. We need to close the journal entry. We need to eliminate the balance sheet of X Limited. It need to be completely eliminated. So what is the closing journal entry? So let's see here. So the closing journal entries of transferor company. So what are there in this? The first is for transfer of various assets including cash at their book values. So we need to transfer all the assets and liabilities. We need to take off all the assets and liabilities of the transferor company. So what are all the assets and liabilities of transferor company? We have sundry assets and cash in hand. So this both need to be taken off. So how to do that? What is the entry for transferring that? Realization account debtor to concerned assets account. So what is that? So one more thing regarding cash I need to say. Cash will be taken only if it is given in the question. They are taking the cash. So if the question states that the cash is not taken over, will be not taking here. In this that is in the journal entry, closing journal entry will be not taking, and also here while taking or transferring the various assets will be not taking the fixed assets, because fixed assets, not fixed assets, fictitious assets, because fictitious assets, so that is expenses, maybe preliminary expenses, profit and loss account, debit balance, whatever it is, those things belongs, that those are all the expenses which belongs to the equity shareholders. So why we'll be taking only fixed assets and current assets while transferring to transferee company. Done. What is the assets given in the question? The assets which has been given is sundry assets and cash in hand. So entry for first entry regarding transfer of assets, that is realization account debtor to what are all the assets given. So if in the question they clearly states that is cash, sundry assets and cash in hand. So written, what is the value of sundry assets? That is the value of sundry assets is, will be taking only X limited, will be seeing only X limited, 16,85,000 and cash in hand 3,500. So done, you are taken. So narration will be being assets transferred to realization account. So likewise, what is the second entry regarding transfer of various outsider liabilities? Or you can remember one thing, the first will be taking of all the assets, next will be taking of all the liabilities. So what are all the liabilities given here? So in the question on the liabilities side, leave of the authorized capital regarding paid up capital and reserve. So these both paid up capital and this reserves will not be considered here. So whatever the equity share is there, so that will be transferred separately, and preference share will also be transferred separately. We will be considering only regarding the outsiders liabilities, right? Outsider liabilities, that is outsiders, okay. That next will not be taking reserves and surplus. This profit and loss is a surplus value, will be not taking this also. Will be taking only regarding if there is any bills payable, if there is any sundry creditors, and if there is any trade creditors, those things will be taken, not these things. These two belongs to the owners of the company, that is shareholders of the company, so it will not be considering that as outsider liabilities. So what is the outsider liability? We have only sundry creditors as outsider liabilities. What is the entry for transferring the liabilities? That is, what is the entry here? Concerned liability account debtor to realization account. So what is the concerned liabilities? We have only sundry creditors, that is 55,000, and also to realization account 55,000. Narration being liabilities transferred to realization account. Done with the two entries. So next, what is the third entry? We need to transfer the share capital, reserves and profit. So according to this balance sheet, assets has been transferred, and also sundry creditors has been, that is liability, outsider liabilities has been transferred. Next we will be going with equity shares, not preferential. Let's see only equity shares. Equity shares, here not authorized, take with the paid up. Equity shares, along with this equity shares, this both reserves and surplus. So reserves and surplus will also belong to the equity shareholders only. Done. So will be not taking preferential, only equity shares and reserves and surplus need to be transferred. So how to transfer that? What is the entry for that? Equity share capital account, if there is any reserves account debtor, profit and loss account debtor to equity shareholders account. Or you can if you don't remember this, you can understand simply. Equity, that is liabilities will always be having credit value, so we will be debiting that. Here we have equity shares, we should debit. We have reserves and surplus, we should debit. We have profit and loss, debit. So for whom will be, we debit means other entry, according to that we need to credit one entry. For whom we are debiting that? For equity shareholders. So this entry we need to pass now. Here. Yes. Equity share capital 12,15,000. So what is the equity share capital? 12,15,000. Done. We will be taking 12,15,000. So reserves and surplus and profit and loss account. What is the value of reserves and surplus? Is we will be taking only X limited, 4,33,500 and 15,000. Done. So totally for equity shareholders we are transferring 16,300, that is 16,33,500 being equity share capital reserves and surplus transferred to equity shareholders. Done with the third entry. Now we need to see according to here what is the fourth entry for transfer of preliminary expenses, underwriting commission, discount on issue of shares and debenture, profit and loss account, loss, that is debit balance. So okay, let's take with this balance sheet itself. Let's consider with the balance sheet. I'll be writing here itself. So in the balance sheet we'll be having the shareholders fund, fixed assets, fictitious assets, here liabilities. So now we transferred this, done. We have transferred share fund, shareholders fund, done. Shareholder funds in reserves and surplus, done. Liabilities, done. So this fictitious assets, this is the expenses. This fictitious assets or expenses is preliminary expenses, underwriting commission. So even this expenses belongs to equity shareholders. We need to transfer that. We need to eliminate we need to delete the balance sheet of old company. So according to this question, we don't have any such things. On the asset side, they are not given any kind of preliminary expenses and underwriting commission. So it will be not passing this entry. The entries will be passed if in the question if that is required. If not passed. So this is not related now. Next, what is the fifth entry for preference share capital due, and you can also take it as transfer of preference share capital. So here in the question, do we have the preference share capital? No, we don't have preference share capital. There is no preference share capital only. So no entry for preference shares. So next, coming on to purchase consideration. Now all the balance sheet items, all the items in the balance sheet has been cancelled. Done with the balance sheet. There is nothing in the balance sheet. So next, let's move on to the purchase consideration. We have calculated what is the purchase consideration amount, that is 11,25,000 is the purchase consideration. Was the entry for purchase consideration transferee company account data to realization account. Yes, here purchase consideration due. What is the entry? Transferee company account data to realization account. Who is the transferee company or the purchasing company? Y is the transferee or purchasing company account. So Y Limited account data to realization account being purchase consideration due. We have calculated the purchase consideration, that is 11,25,000. Done. So according to this, the sixth entry we have passed. So next, coming on to, we need to see about seventh entry for receipt of purchase consideration. So receipt of purchase consideration is discharge of purchase consideration. So we know what is the purchase consideration. So how this purchase consideration is given, we need to discharge that purchase consideration. So here we know that is 11,25,000 is the purchase consideration, but how is the purchase consideration given? Is it in the form of equity shares in transferee company? Is it in the form of preference share in the transferee company? Is it in a form of cash in transferee company? So in the question, we know in the adjustments they are given, that is here, see, they are given the holders of every 3 shares in X Limited was to receive 5 shares in the Y Limited. So that means they are giving in the form of equity shares. So the entry will be no preference share, no cash. Equity shares in transferee company account data to transferee company account. So as you can see here, equity shares in Y Limited, that is transferee company account data to Y Limited account. Whatever the purchase consideration was due, that has been discharged in the form of equity shares in the transferee company. Hope you have been understood till now. So next, coming on to what is the next entry for sale of fixed assets not taken over. So if in the question in the adjustment, if they says any kind of assets has been not taken over, any kind of liabilities, or talking about only assets, any kind of liability assets has been not taken over, we need to pass this entry. So in the question, have they mentioned any kind of assets has been not taken over? No, there is nothing like that. So next, coming on to liabilities not taken over. Even regarding liabilities, there is nothing. So not passing this entry. Next, regarding payment of realization expenses or liquidation expenses. So there is no liquidation expenses, there is no realization expenses mentioned in the question, no entry for that. Next, coming on to final payment made to preference shareholders. So there is no preference shareholders at all. So this entry will not come. So next, final payment made to equity shareholders. How is the equity shareholders given the money? So as in the question states, the equity shareholders are given as the equity shares in the transferee company. So the entry will be equity shareholders of transferor company has been given equity shares in transferee company account, right. So the entry for that equity shareholders account data to equity shares in transferee company account, that is Y Limited. So whatever the money they are given in the form of purchase consideration will be given here. So for example, even the cash of 10,000 is been given means everything will come on to change. So here also you will be recording cash, sorry not here, here you will be recording cash, here also you will writing, here you will be writing cash. So here nothing cash form, they are given everything in the form of equity shares. So done with this entry, that is being equity shares in Y Limited transferred to equity shareholders as final payment, done. So next we need to see if it is a profit on realization or loss on realization. So for this purpose, if you want, you can leave with the 3 lines and pass the realization account if it is asked, and then you can come and write if it is a profit or loss. So or else you can directly see that. So what is there in the realization, all the assets and liabilities will be taken here. So as you can see in this question, we have the loss on realization because assets is 16,88,500 and what we are paid for them, we are paid 55,000 plus 11,25,000. So we are paying more than the assets. So more, what is the more than value, that is 5,08,500 is the value. So it comes on the credit side, that is loss on realization by equity shareholders account, equity shareholders account loss. So what is, if it is a loss means equity shares account, shareholders account data to realization account. If you want, you can leave with 2 lines or 3 lines and you can pass it on later, or if you want you can do like this also. Then you can see it is a completely loss of 5,08,500. So if it is a loss means entry is equity shareholders account data to realization account, being loss on realization borne by equity shareholders. So this is all about the closing journal entries in the books of transferor company. So in this problem, as this is the first problem in the case of merger, will be even passing the ledger accounts in the closing ledger accounts in the books of transferor company. So you know there are we need to prepare realization account, equity shareholders account, preference shareholders account, transferee company account, equity share in transferee company account, preference share in transferee account and bank account. But every time it is compulsory to, if it is asked to prepare ledger account, every account you need to pass all the accounts. If not, it is better to prepare only 4 entries, that is realization account, equity shareholders account, preference shareholders account and transferee company, that is purchasing company account. No need to prepare this 3 entry. So as in the question there is no preference share, we will be not writing this account. So only we will be passing with closing ledger accounts, that is realization account, transferee company account and equity shareholders account. So what are all the things we will be writing in the realization account? All the assets and expenses we will be writing on debit side, all the liabilities and income will be writing on credit side. So you can see the assets which has been there, sundry assets, cash in hand in the balance sheet has been written. So you see for the question is all the assets and cash in hand has been taken over, written. So even here in the realization no fictitious assets need not to be passed. So on the credit side what we will be writing, whatever the outsider liabilities is there, outsider liabilities is sundry creditors passed on with sundry creditors, and also what is the purchase consideration that was given, that need to be recorded. And you can see when we tally this, the debit side is more than the credit side. So when the debit side is more, so that means it is a loss. If it is a credit side is more and debit side is less, it refers to it's a profit on realization. Now if it is a loss on realization, who will be bearing the loss? Obviously the equity shareholders will be bearing the loss by equity shareholders account, loss on realization, that is 5,08,500. So this is all about realization account. What we will be recording? Debit side assets and expenses, credit side incomes and liabilities. So next coming on to transferee company account. So if you want, you have already written with the ledger account means you can take that, or according to the journal entries we have prepared, you can see according to the journal entries and you can debit credit the accounts, or it is simple to see for the ledger account and remember what things that comes on the comes in transferee company account. In transferee company account, simple to understand. On the debit side, we will be writing what is the purchase consideration we are given. On the credit side, we will be writing how this purchase consideration has been distributed. So the purchase consideration is 11,25,000. We are distributed only in the form of equity shares to Y, equity share in Y Limited. So that is 11,25,000. So this is the purchase consideration. Only these things comes here. So if it is in out, it is distributed. So if it is in the form of equity share, if this is given in the form of preference share, if it is given in the form of shares. Hope you have been understood with this Y Limited purchasing company account or transferee company account. So next, coming on to equity shareholders account. So equity shareholders account, on the debit side, balance sheet, old balance sheet. In the old balance sheet, what was given equity shares and would our reserves and surplus of equity shareholders will be recorded. Whatever it is relating to the equity shareholders, that need to be recorded. The equity share capital, general reserve and P&L account has been given in the old balance sheet as equity share. Will be taking only X Limited equity shares, not of Y Limited. Done. So reserves and surplus of X Limited, only X Limited, profit and loss surplus of X Limited taken and dumped here. And on a credit side, how they are getting, if it is and there is any loss, and also if there is a fictitious assets in the balance sheet, in the asset side, that is preliminary expenses, that will be also coming on the debit side. So this realization loss is loss and realization. You see here we have debited, that is credited here. So if it is credited here, obviously we will be debiting here. And also here we have credited by equity shares in Y Limited. So if it is debited here, it is credited to equity share in Y Limited account. You will have 25,000. So this account has been tallied for now. Done. So next, coming on to, we passed with three steps has been done. So after this completion of 3 steps, we will be going with the 4th step, that is opening entries in the books of transferee company. So how to pass this opening entries? This is simple. This for opening entries in the books, opening entries is so simple to do. There is only some 7 accounts need to be, that is journal entries, and there is even no ledger account for this opening entry. So first is that according to the format, if you want, you can go according to this method, this steps itself. This all can see the first opening journal entry in transferee companies for purchase consideration due. So what is the transferee company need to be pay for transferor company? So what is it? Business purchase account data to liquidator of transferee company account. So while explaining with the journal entry, I have said why we have written the liquidators of transferee company. Please do go and watch that. So with what amount we'll be writing? We'll be writing the amount with purchase consideration. Done. So what is the first entry? Business purchase account data to liquidators of Y Limited, that is X Limited. So X Limited liquidator will be giving the value for them. What is the purchase consideration? We have calculated the purchase consideration. So that is 11,25,000, that is written. Next entry regarding, that is taking over of assets and liabilities. So here you can see, there is this entry will be differing from merger and amalgamation purchase. So if it is in the nature of merger, means of various assets, and if it is a loss and if it is a profit, we will be taking this entry for this purpose. So that entry, how to pass that entry? Will be taking all the assets, sundry assets account data. So all the assets has been there, you have taken that, and you leave one line and write with all the liabilities and also business purchase, that is the purchase consideration, or write this. So here if the assets is less and liabilities is more, means we will be writing this as general reserve here. So if here you can see assets is more than the liabilities, so we are getting at the profit, we are getting at the gain, we are receiving the reserves more here. So that why we will be writing 90,000 is more. So assets is 16,85,000 plus 3,500. So liabilities, assets value is 16,85,000 plus 3,500, right? So what are all the liabilities? If you want, leave one line here and go with sundry creditors, whatever it is. And one more thing, you need to take all the liabilities, even the general reserve and P&L account also need to be taken in opening entries. Opening entry and closing entry is completely different. Don't compare with both the things. While preparing this account, you need to be taking all, while preparing this entry, you will be taking all the liabilities. Reserves, profit and loss account need to be also taken. So sundry creditors of 55,000. So we need to minus that, minus 55,000. So next is we have general reserve of 4,35,000. Done. Wait. Sorry, 40,35,000 written. This is not 40 lakh, this is 4,03,500. So as you can see, assets is 16,88,500 and liabilities is only will be taking until year, that is until business purchase, that is purchase consideration. This is the balancing figure. So you can see 15,98,500 is the liability. So assets is less than liabilities. So we have the profit, right? We are taking less liabilities. We are taking more assets and less liabilities. So that's why it is a gain. So where will that gain be transferred to? It is transferred to general reserve account, that is 90,000. So when it comes in the nature of purchase, it's totally different. That while doing in the nature of purchase, we'll be talking about that. So next here is, what is the next entry? This is in the nature of purchase, no need to take now. So now for statutory reserve, so here there is no statutory reserve, even that comes under the purchasing method. So next, coming on to discharge of purchase consideration. Discharge of purchase consideration, how the purchase consideration has been given. So entry for that, liquidator of transferee company account debtor. So what we are given for the liquidator of transferee company, we are given, what is it, we will be taking here purchase consideration amount. So 11,25,000 is the purchase consideration amount, and how we are giving this 11,25,000 is to be recorded. So to equity share capital account, we are giving only in the form of equity share capital, not in the form of bank or any kind of premium and all. So 11,25,000. So the next entry is for if there is any kind of formation expenses. There is no formation expenses, and here we need to pass the entry regarding for if it is for the payment of amalgamation realization, that is liquidation expenses. So this entry comes in, that is in the purchasing method, not in the merger method. And if there isn't any debenture, so there is no debenture, no entry for that. Only 3 entry regarding the opening interest in the books of transferee company, not transferor, transferee company, that is Y Limited. So done with the opening entries in the purchasing company or transferee company. So what is the last thing they asked for? They asked for balance sheet of Y Limited as on 1/4/2018. So the closing balance sheet was on 31st March 2018. So opening balance sheet 1/4/2018. So let's see here. Oh, this is the old balance sheet. Taking authorized capital, let's leave the authorized capital. So going with this share capital, we'll be taking only of Y Limited. So now X Limited is gone. It is done with the X Limited. So we'll be taking only of the Y Limited, and what are all we have taken from the X Limited. So coming on to this, these equity shares was of Y Limited. So it is not, now we will be not taking, only the equity share of X Limited will be, that is Y Limited will be taking, not of X Limited. So coming on to this, first is equity shareholders fund, equity share capital. So how is this 55,000? In the old balance sheet we had for Y Limited 40,000 was there. So also in the form of, for the purchase consideration, for the payment of purchase consideration, we are given 15,000 shares, right? 15,000 shares has been given. So here how does that come? 40,000 plus 15,000, that will be 55,000 equity shares. So what is the face value of Y Limited? Now we will be taking only of Y Limited. So you can see amount is also written in Y Limited, that is 75 each. So 55,000 equity shares of 75 each, 41,25,000. So next, coming on to what were there? Next, it was a reserves, general reserve. So general reserve worth of 12,85,000 of Y Limited. So 12,85,000 is 12,85,000 of Y Limited. So now we have merged, right? So we should be taking of that of X Limited also, that is of 4,03,000 500 plus 4 lakh 3,500. So on you can read that will be 17 lakh 78,500. So next, what is there in the balance sheet of P, and that is profit and loss account. We will be first taking 35,000 of Y Limited, 35,000 Y Limited profit and loss account, and also old company, that is X company's 15,000. We will be taking that 15,000 here, 50,000. So totally reserves and surplus is 18,28,500. So next, according to the balance sheet, we will be writing non-current asset, that is secured and unsecured loans, which you can take debenture if there is. So there is no debentures and all not required. So next, coming to current liabilities and provisions. So we have sundry creditors. So sundry creditors of X and Y Limited both need to be taken, 65,000 plus 55,000, that is 1,20,000. So total of liabilities, only this much liabilities, 60,73,500. So coming on with the asset side, what is the assets is there? Sundry assets and cash in hand. We have taken both sundry assets and cash in hand. So both sundry assets of X and Y, that cash in hand of X and Y, both need to be taken. So done. You can tally, you can, that is 60,73,500 is the total of balance sheet. So this is all about first problem in amalgamation in the nature of merger. So hope you have been understood with this. Any doubts you can ask me. Thank you.